Hello. Hey guys. Finally got this live streaming working after a failed attempt over the weekend and then a successful attempt for doing, we did Gunpla Talk, and that works fine. Anyway, I wanted to do a live video over the weekend doing an AMA, Ask Me Anything with you guys to celebrate passing 40,000 subscribers. And just wanted to hang out with you guys for a bit. That didn't work out, and so we're gonna do it now. And just got the Providence Gundam in today. I just got the regular version. I didn't get the special edition because I didn't really care about the action base, and I didn't really care about the waterside decals either. So anyway, I'm gonna start working on this. It's already after 1 a.m. here in Korea, but when you're a busy person, you're just forced to just sleep less, I guess. So I want to get to work on this right away. I imagine I'm probably going to get through maybe the upper body, the head, and torso and arms, maybe. I think that'll be enough if I can get through that in about an hour and a half or so. That'll be pretty good. So yeah. Also, just want to let you guys ask some questions. Like I said, I wanted to do some kind of AMA, Ask Me Anything. So if you guys want to ask any questions, it's going to be, I want to try to work at a good, quick pace. So if you guys do want to ask some questions, it'd be helpful if you can either send your questions to me by Twitter or just tweet at ZakuAurelius, and then I can see it. My phone is right here, so it's easier to glance down than look up at the computer. So if you want to ask some questions, ask me via Twitter or like Facebook message. It's just something that I can see like right away on my phone without having to glance up at my computer. But if you do want to ask a question there in the live chat, if you're watching live, maybe put your question in all caps so I can see it very easily when I glance up at the screen. So Erwin asks, thoughts on the Hama Hama RE kit? Well, as far as I've seen, the RE Hama Hama has still not actually been officially confirmed. So I don't know. Don't really have too much thoughts. There's not really too much to say about it until we get an official confirmation. Was hoping to get the official confirmation of that at the recent Gunpla Expo, but that unfortunately did not happen. I know, where was that? Gundam Kits Collection recently posted something about that, but that was not actually confirmed. I like Gundam Kits Collection because they post some really cool custom builds. It's all stuff you can just find yourself online, but they post some cool stuff. And where is part 20? There it is. With the Gundam guy kind of just being kind of dead recently, the Gundam Kits Collection is a pretty good source to find stuff. But at the same time, Gundam Kits Collection also does a lot of clickbait, which I don't like. So like their recent post about the Hama Hama, as far as I know, there hasn't actually been any news about that. So that was just another example of them clickbaiting, unfortunately. What can you say about the latest IBO episode? I haven't watched it yet. Here in Korea, for some reason, they're delayed. I can't watch the new episodes on the day that they air, unfortunately. And I'm like 1 or 2 episodes behind anyway. I'm usually 1 or 2 episodes behind. So I haven't watched the latest episode of IBO, but people have already been posting spoilers just in like the comment section on my videos, and I've just been deleting those because I really don't care about spoiling stuff, but other people do, and it's just not really cool. So I've just been deleting people's comments if they're just posting spoiler stuff. So please don't do that. It's just not cool to those people who do not want to see those spoilers. I want people to be able to read my comments on my videos without having to worry about that. Yeah. 54, 50. Is there 2 of those or what? 1 of those? I'm guessing there's 2 of those. Okay. Oh yeah, there is. Okay, I didn't see the other step. It's going to be difficult trying to focus and work as quickly as I can while not missing anything in the manual and trying to talk to you guys at the same time, but I'm going to try. Do my best here. I already filmed like my unboxing for this earlier, but you guys will see the unboxing video just before the review. So I figure if I can get through the upper body tonight, I can probably get through the lower body tomorrow and maybe to the backpack and weapons and stuff. I don't know, we'll have to see if I can finish it by tomorrow night. It might take me 3 nights. 28, there it is. But should get the review for this up at least by the weekend, if not before the weekend. I'll do my best. Hi, does the tubing on the Providence are rubber, wire, or mesh? Yeah, the tubing for this kit is awful. It's just ridiculous. I complained about it a lot in the unboxing video, but here it is. This cooking rubber spaghetti is the tubing for this kit. It's the worst. Stupid, awful, terrible. Who wants that? But unfortunately, that's what we get. So not much choice. But I have some like spring that I think is like actually exactly the same size, which I'll probably maybe try to use later. I'm not really too worried about it at the moment, but okay. Again, for those of you who are maybe just joining in to this video late, missed like the first part, if you guys want to ask me any questions, please submit them. Either if you're typing in the chat, type your question out in all caps so I can see it easily, or send it to me in a Facebook message or Twitter. That way I can see it just right here on my phone. It's easier for me. So yeah. Also, not to spoil too much from the unboxing video, because I do want you guys to watch the unboxing video when that comes out, but I will just say that the colors that this kit is molded in are not great. Could just be my personal taste, but the yellow is really just gross yellow color. The red and the navy blue are too dark, I think. Again, just personal taste, but whenever I paint this, I'll definitely be painting it in some lighter colors, lightening up those. And then the light gray, which is like the main color of the mobile suit, has too much blue in it. I think it needs to be just a more neutral light gray color. How are the custom Zakus looking? Corey asks, how are the custom Zakus looking? As of right now, I have 17 completed entries in the custom Zaku contest. You guys have just over 2 weeks left still to get your custom Zakus done. So I imagine we'll still be getting some more in, but I have like 230 some like people who submitted their entry. So I don't think all 230 of you guys are going to be getting your custom Zakus done on time, I'd imagine. Either that or like in the last week, I'm just going to be bombarded with emails. But anyway, the 17 that I've got so far are pretty cool. Obviously, don't want to say too much because don't want to spoil the surprise. How is your next Q&A? I'm guessing Sad wants to ask, who is my next Q&A guest? I think is the question he's trying to ask there. My next interview guest is Clement Eng, Clem, one of the members of those Gundam guys. That is going to be later this month. I forget the date, but next weekend, this coming weekend. This coming weekend? What's the date today? Yeah, this coming weekend. What I'm doing right now is I'm just cutting out all the parts for the torso. I'm just going to build it all in one go. There's nothing that's really too confusing that I think I'm going to get messed up or anything. 33, 34. If you guys haven't seen already, this is using much of the inner frame of the Freedom Gundam 2.0, which makes sense, I suppose. They're very, from the same series and relatively similarly proportioned. I was going to say shaped, but not really. Relatively similarly proportioned, I guess. That's from G. What else am I missing? Got that. D, F, F5. I want to start painting my Gunpla. What should I do first? First, I guess you should buy some paint and a brush or some spray cans. I would say spray cans, I guess. That's what I started painting with. And I've still yet to really get the hang of painting Gunpla by brush. I mean, like painting like full parts. I'm just really terrible at it. So yeah, I think I've got everything. And these awful, stupid parts. This rubber is so gross. This soft, nasty rubber. This rubber is impossible to. This is even. I mean, like other Bandai kits have used like this kind of like similar soft rubber for tubing and stuff sometimes, but this one feels like even softer. Like they've gone to a whole new level of soft rubber for this, and I just really don't understand why. Like, what's the point? I understand like they want it to be able to move with the articulation, but it's wrapped around like the part of the torso that I don't think is going to have that much articulation to really be hindered that much. So I just really don't get that. But anyway, okay. It's pretty much everything cut out, I think. Hey Zach, how you doing? I'm okay. Thanks for asking. Pretty good. I kind of wish I had a beer to drink while doing this, but like I said, it's kind of late already, and I want to just kind of focus on getting as much of this done as I can in a fairly timely fashion, but at the same time, clean. What do you think of IBO so far? Well, so far it's almost done. So unless something really drastically changes my mind in the last couple episodes, which I kind of doubt, I feel like Armed Blood Orphans has been a pretty cool series overall. I think it could have been a lot better, but it ended up just being kind of just average, in my personal opinion. I feel like the writing has not been that great, and other people have pointed out like when I've said that in recent past, that the writing in Gundam series is usually not very good. So like the fact that the writing for Iron Blood Orphans is not that great shouldn't really be all that surprising. True, but Iron Blood Orphans started off good, and some episodes are really good. I really feel like with Iron Blood Orphans, the writers are just making it up as they go. It really feels like that. I'm sure that's not true, but I feel like they've just got like serious ADD with the story, and they're either making up as they go or they're changing it a lot as they go. Because some episodes will feel like really interesting and really important for the story, and other episodes will feel like that stuff that was interesting like 2 episodes ago is now just totally pointless, or like that stuff that was interesting didn't actually ever go anywhere. And I'm not talking about like how some of the episodes just have like no action and it's just all talking. I don't have a problem with that at all. I'm perfectly fine with that because I think that is a good pace. Something that I don't like about other series is where they feel like they have to cram a battle into every episode that just doesn't really feel natural to the story. If it's like supposed to be one big overarching story, I don't really like that so much. So I don't know. Erwin asks, what are the chances of getting an MG Atlas? Well, actually, earlier today I was snapping the HG Atlas kit as well. I got all the mobile suit done, and tomorrow I'll finish snapping that and then probably review that for you guys before I review this. Probably, unless something changes. But yeah, the HG Atlas, my initial thoughts today from just snapping up the mobile suit, haven't got to the weapons and accessories and stuff yet, but for the mobile suit, I feel like it's definitely a design that is not well suited for HG. It's just too complicated a design to really make a really nice HG. The HG is nice and it's quite interesting, very unique. It doesn't use any polycaps, which is interesting. And I think they did their best with it. The detail is all there, but it's just really, I think it's just really difficult to try to translate that design into a high grade kit. So I don't know. The chances of getting an MG Atlas, I don't know. Good to no clue. We know that the Verka kit this year is the Double Zeta, and it would be kind of odd to have 2 Master Grade Verka kits come out in the same year. Last year was kind of an exception because they were both from Thunderbolt, is the Gundam and the Psycho Zaku. To have 2 Master Grade Verka kits come out in 1 year and be totally unrelated from totally different series, I think would be pretty unlikely. It would be really, really surprising. But maybe an MG Verka Atlas, or it would come out as not as a Verka kit, which I think would be more strange. I think that would definitely be more suited as a Verka just to go along with the full armor Gundam and the Psycho Zaku. But it could come out as just a regular MG this year, or it could come out as a Verka kit next year. Who knows? Because I guess I don't know what the pacing of the episodes is going to be for season 2. What was it before? It was like once a month, or once every couple months, or something like that. I don't even remember, and that was like last year. But anyway, if season 2 of Thunderbolt maybe wraps up like very late in this year, or even the beginning of next year, then maybe, yeah, could get an Atlas at that time. MG Dom Thunderbolt, very unlikely, I would say. We don't even have an HG of that yet. You don't necessarily have to have an HG before you have an MG, but for just an obscure design like that, very, very, very unlikely. I think they'd have to make an HG first. And there's not any signs of that either. I am looking forward to seeing whether HG Thunderbolt kits are going to be coming out, though. Are you planning to get the Supernova Ultron? I don't think so. No. I am interested in that. I think that Ultron kit. I think it's the Nataku kit actually. I don't know. Is it? Are they calling it Ultron? I think it's called a Nataku. But anyway, unless something new has been announced, like in the last 24 hours, I haven't seen it. But that Supernova Nataku kit, I like the look of that, but it's kind of like the Final Battle Harut third-party kit that I recently bought and reviewed. I like the design, but not enough that it's something that I really want to work on anytime soon, or even like, if I bought that, it would immediately go very low on my list of like projects that I really want to work on. So for that reason, I figure I might as well just pass on it because I have plenty of other things to work on. It's just not really any point in buying something else to take up more space in my room, which is already running out of space. So that's what I have to say about that. Again, thank you guys for coming and hanging out, checking this out. I'm just working on the torso here. Once I know you guys, I know it's not really a webcam. I guess it's just a camera, built-in camera for my computer is not that great. And the lighting is also probably not that great. I think the lighting is good actually for me, but I know you guys, it's like kind of blown out there a little bit. You guys aren't really seeing that closely what I'm doing, but once I get to start snapping this up, I'm just cleaning up the nubs right now. Once I get to snapping this up, I'll show you guys more closely so you can see what stuff looks like. Yeah, this is just all the parts for the torso at the moment. Hoping to get through at least the torso and the head, and possibly the arms as well in this live stream. And then working on this again more tomorrow. So we'll probably be live streaming that as well. Does the MG Providence carry the same leg problem as the MG Freedom 2.0 did? I'm not sure. I think he's talking about the hip joint, which a number of people ended up breaking that part, unfortunately. I believe that part is the same for this kit because this kit does use much of that same inner frame, most of that same inner frame. And I would imagine it probably uses that same hip joint as well. I'll have to look in the manual here in a minute. Hang on. But I didn't think of that while I was filming the unboxing earlier, so I didn't look at that. Because like I said, on my Freedom kit, that wasn't a problem. I'll just quickly glance at that for you. Yes. Yeah, the hip joint. You can see that. There's the hip joint there. That's all from runners I and J. The I and J runners are from the Freedom 2.0 kit. So yeah. What would you recommend as the first PG I should start with? Honestly, I have a number of PG Unicorn kits, but other than that, I'm not really a big fan of the Perfect Grade line, to be honest. I have a perfect grade Wing Zero custom and a perfect grade Strike Freedom that I built. I snapped those together years ago, long before I was doing YouTube. So those are not even here. They're at my parents' house in America. And those were fine. And I've built a perfect grade Banshee. And just from my experience, I just don't really like perfect grades all that much, just because they're just kind of bricks. You have a lot of really cool engineering going on there, and their inner frames and like just like details, everything's really complex, very cool. But then they're just like so big and heavy, you just can't really do anything with them. So I much prefer like high grades and master grades where you can actually like pose them and do stuff with them. So that's my thoughts on that. But to answer your question, a good perfect grade kit to start with is probably the Unicorn. It's a really, really nice kit. Again, that one as well. Not really the most like superposable. You can do some cool stuff with it, of course. I don't know. Or the Granddaddy Gundam, the RX-78 too. That's a perfect grade kit that I would like to get someday, because it can look very nice, as you guys can see from that poster there. That's a perfect grade Gundam built by Sori Kim. Dragon Momoko PG Unicorn, how is it compared to the Bandai version in terms of articulation and LEDs? Well, articulation would be exactly the same because it uses the exact same inner frame. I haven't snapped that kit yet, so I don't really know. I can't say about the fitting issues and everything. That's on my to-do list, but my to-do list is ever growing, and my time is always slipping away. I think most of you guys probably know this, but for any of you guys who don't know this, I do actually have a full-time job and a wife and a 1-year-old son. So sometimes it's hard to finish things as quickly as you'd like. Which also, a lot of people, not a lot of people, but people keep asking me about my mega size Zaku build off I'm doing with Henry, and I think it's because Henry has posted a couple of work in progress videos, so it like that's been on people's minds. They're seeing like Henry working on his and thinking like, oh yeah, where's Zach's? And I put my mega size Zaku on hold because I wanted to paint the master grade Psycho Zaku first. And painting the master grade Psycho Zaku is taking a lot longer than I expected it to do. I'm currently about more than halfway done with the decals, which is like the last step for me for this. I'm regretting the order that I actually did that in. I wish, just for how I did it, I wish I would have done the decals first, earlier in the process. I kind of messed up the order. I'll talk about that whenever I show you guys the completed kit, but it's almost done, should be done within the next couple of days. If I wasn't working on this kit, because I want to get this review out for you guys as soon as I can, then I could finish the Psycho Zaku probably by this weekend. But because of this kit, probably maybe finish the Psycho Zaku maybe during the weekend. And then try to show that to you guys as soon as possible. But it's coming along well. I'm happy with it. But to be honest, the Master Grade Psycho Zaku has kind of been burning me out a little bit. I'm trying to power through it, but it's just my whole reason for painting it was just because I want to paint it and then sell it. And it took me forever to come up with a color scheme that I liked for it. I just didn't have a good idea. And when you start off a project where you're not like super motivated by having a really good idea for it, then I feel like it's easy to just not be that motivated to work on it. You know what I mean? But I'm liking what I'm doing with it, so it's coming along. I know you guys have been asking some questions, and feel free to just repost your question until I see it and answer it. Don't like spam it a million times over and over again, but feel free to occasionally repost your question there until I see it, because I'm just glancing up and down at the screen there. And yeah, again, in all caps, if you would be easier to see. Your thoughts on PG or RG DOM? It's not a true PG, but there was the sort of PG DOM, the Glorious series, 160 scale DOM. It's quite a rare kit now, I believe. Even when it came out, it wasn't a big release. There's a, if I remember correctly, there's a Glorious series goof and DOM, if I remembering correctly, which was basically like a PG DOM. So they're, in a way, there kind of already was one. I'm just now realizing I surely am missing some step or something, because I haven't built the cockpit, or where's the pilot figure? Unless it's like molded onto one of these pieces. Where's that? Or it's inserted later. Okay, well, that's all that. What? What the? Where's the pilot figure? Huh? 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 What? I know there's supposed to be a seated pilot in there, shown in the box, but where is it in the manual? Okay, well, I guess I'll just start building this and see what happens. I don't know. I've got all the parts here anyway. Okay. Question: should I get the Utopia Cast 100 Kshatriya? I'm not sure if I'm too familiar with what kit that is, but I think if that's the kit that I'm thinking of, that version of the Kshatriya has a really goofy looking head that I don't personally like. So I wouldn't, but that's just me. What's your favorite Korean dish? Gabriel asks. What's my favorite Korean dish? I really like ori bulgogi. Did I get that part? I said it. I guess. Ori bulgogi is super good. I don't know if I would really call that a dish, or it's like a meal. Just Korean barbecue, just duck meat, basically. Possible next PG. Possible next PG. I'm gonna guess a PG Exia. You guys would like that, wouldn't you? LA Galbi. LA Galbi is pretty good too. What is your favorite RG, and would you recommend it to us? You know, I really loved the RG line for a while, but recently I'm just not as into the RGs. I enjoy I like enjoy building them when new ones come out, I enjoy just building them just to see what they're like and doing the reviews, sharing that with you guys. But oh, here's the pilot figure. So it's not a pilot figure. It's actually just molded into this piece. That's very different. So that's going to be even harder to paint. Like this is already so small and hard to paint, but now it's like actually set inside this piece. Yeah. I usually never the I never paint the pilot figures inside usually, just because no one's ever gonna see them. But definitely will be painting that one. Anyway, what were we talking about? RGs. If I was going to recommend an RG to anyone, I would recommend the Gundam Mark II or the Astray Red frame, depending on your flavor. If you're more of a UC fan, then Gundam Mark II. If you're more into Seed and Astrays, that kind of stuff, then the Astray Red frame is also another really nice RG kit. What the? Okay, let's try the opposite. Put this in here first. Why you no go in? Okay, well that's strange. Are you take note of my question, Alex? Sorry. Yes, guys, do show some love there in the chat to Alex, who I believe is there. Yeah, is there monitoring the chat. I'm having some real trouble getting these parts to go together here. Okay. Really have to push these parts together. On the torso here, these two red parts that fit on the side, very tight to press together onto there. God dang. It's because like on this gray part, there's a peg, but then the peg has like a little like notch on it. So it's not perfectly circle, not perfectly round, but the female end of that, where that plugs into on these red parts, is perfectly round. So that notch is basically like smashed off of the peg there, if that makes sense. Do you still have your Ifrit custom shab? Can I have it? No, I sold that. And if I still had it, you couldn't buy it. Yep. Okay. Okay. Moving on. I need this piece here. This one. Yes, that one. Like that. This one. Like that. Like that. There we go. Okay. And this one. One. Huh? Okay. Huh? Very confused. That goes onto there. This doesn't actually have a top or bottom, does it? Man, a lot of these parts are really tight fitting. I feel like I'm building like a third-party kit or something. It's kind of annoying. I guess that's better than them being too loose, but dang. Certainly slowing up my pace here. Okay, there we go. There's that. Plans on doing a Macross kit review. 0. Just not really a fan of Macross designs. Some of the kits, especially some like the newer kits, look really nice, just as kits go, and I've heard good things. But I'm still just not really into the designs, and I have so many Gundam kits already. Just really don't need any more kits. If I wanted to do something non-Gundam, I do have plenty of other non-Gundam kits as well. Okay, that was annoying. Okay, hopefully this starts getting more fun soon, because kind of annoyed with this build so far. Huh? Okay. Yes. Like that. I don't remember having these troubles with the Freedom 2.0 kit. But I can barely remember building that, so I missed a couple parts. Do you think there will ever be a kit of the Obsolus 1, 2, or 3? I think if we ever get an Obsolus kit, it's probably going to be a third-party kit. I don't foresee Bandai ever making an Obsolus kit. They did make an Obsolus kit, kind of. And actually, I'll be getting that kit pretty soon. I actually ordered it from HLJ. It is included in the old HG GM Sniper kit. Not HGUC, but from like the 8th MS team HG line. That comes with like a super tiny Obsolus kit. I think it's like 1 to 1,000 scale or something like that. Anyway, it's really small. But that's the only plastic kit of the Obsolus that I know of. A third-party company was supposed to be making one. We saw an image for that, but I guess it didn't actually end up happening, unfortunately. So I don't know. I would love if we got a kit of the Obsolus. Obviously, it would have to be in some smaller scale, not 1/144 scale. It would just be too big. I guess they could. I mean, they made a Neo's young, but I really wish that Bandai would bring back the HG Mechanics line. They only ever made 3 kits in that line. That was the HG kits of the mobile armors. They made a 1/550 scale Dendrobium, a New Zeal, and that other red one. I forget the name of it. Wablo or something like that. Do you foresee an HG Woundwort and or Hazenthal from Advance of Zeta? Again, not from Bandai, I don't. But from a third-party company, we're getting the 1/100 scale. We're getting the 1/100 scale Woundwort from that third-party company very soon. Cube, I think it is. This here on the back. the shear on the top. Okay, coming together here. Very skinny waist. Hmm. Is SD Sangokuden interest to you? Do you think Bandai will revisit it? No, it's not of any interest to me. And I have no opinion on that. But I do wish that this part would fit into here. Yeah! Okay, what's the deal? Why is it stressing the plastic there? What's the deal? Any plans on the new Hexagear kits? Some of those Hexagear kits look really cool. In case you guys don't know what that's referring to, it's a new line of kits that Kotobuki is making. Sort of similar to frame arms. Some of that stuff looks pretty cool. Yeah. So far, would you recommend this kit? So far, I can't really say. So far, it's kind of fighting me a little bit. It's a little bit annoying. I don't know if it's just because I'm trying to rush, but I usually snap kits relatively quickly and don't have this kind of issue. But some of this stuff is just fitting really tightly, and it's quite annoying. So that wouldn't stop me from recommending the kit to anyone because of that. It's a very that would be a kind of silly thing to complain about, to be honest. Do you plan on making an airbrush tutorial video? That question also gets asked relatively often, and my answer is still no for that, just because although I think I'm competent in airbrushing now, obviously I'm able to do some stuff, but I'm still very much a beginner and not knowledgeable enough to really give you guys a good proper tutorial. There's plenty of much better tutorials from people who are much more knowledgeable than I on YouTube already. So if you guys want a tutorial on airbrushing, there's plenty out there for you guys to find. You don't need me to do that. But someday I'm sure I'll do some sort of video or videos about airbrushing. Okay. GP01 updated MG, any chances? I hope so. That'd be nice. I'd love I think the GP series could definitely use some 2.0 master grade kits. This soft rubber for these tubes is absolutely ridiculous. What was Bandai thinking? It's the worst. Oh, there it is. So, did you guys watch? Did you guys watch James Comey's James Comey testifying to the Senate? committee today? Any of you guys watch that? I did. That was interesting. Will you be getting the Akgai Thunderbolt version if it comes out? If they make an Akgai Thunderbolt version and I'm still sponsored the way that I am now at that time, then yes, I'll be getting it. Because as things are now, I'm very fortunate to get all of the new kits that come out. So yes, I'd imagine I'd be getting that one as well. Okay, I can kind of see why Bandai made these hose parts in soft rubber, just because of the way that they have to fit around the thing. But at the same time, I'm still not at all pleased with them. And now they're just coming off. Just realizing I'm missing this part as well. The back. What was I talking about? Thoughts on the Metal Gear model kits. I have one. I have the Kotobukiya Sahelanthropus kit, and I have not built it yet. That's another one that's just one of those big kits that's going to take a while, that I just haven't had time to get to it. That kit was very generously given to me by Plamo Attack Studio in the Philippines, in Manila, when I visited there last year. So shout out to them. If you guys are in Manila, if you're living in the Philippines, go to Plamo Attack Studio. They have 2 locations, actually. What music do you listen to in your earphone? Yeah, Nine Ball Seraph is asking what I'm listening to. Yes, the reason I'm wearing earphones is because I'm listening to music. And if I wasn't wearing earphones and you guys could hear the music, then my video would get copyright stricken. So that's why I'm wearing earphones. To answer your question, the music that I'm listening to is Odessa. Odessa. What album is it? The In Return album. I couldn't remember the name of that. Because I usually don't listen to their albums, just kind of put on like one of their playlists or one of their no sleep mixes. So good. If any of you guys are wanting some cool new music to listen to, check out Odessa. Kind of interesting that Odessa is also a place from the 1 Year War, right? From Gundam. There's a sort of Gundam reference with that. That wasn't intentional, but yeah. I've just been listening to. I just listened to them quite a lot. Them, him, he. I listened to David Bowie. Yeah, David Bowie would be some good snapping music, I suppose. I'm not gonna lie or pretend that I'm like a huge David Bowie fan. I like David Bowie, but I'm no like David Bowie buff. Okay, almost done with this torso. 1, 2. Done. There's the torso. See how those tubes, soft rubber, I think they really could have found a way to design those differently so they're not gross, nasty, soft rubber. Also, oh, sorry, that's kind of blown out there. Also not a fan of the yellow. The yellow is just a really gross yellow color. In general, like I said before, if you guys weren't around at the beginning of this live stream, the colors that this kit are molded in are just not that good, I think. Your thoughts on a Gundam Voltron collaboration? I've never been into Voltron. It's not my generation, I guess. Or I'm sure there's probably people in my generation who are, but it wasn't anything I was ever into. What is your favorite MG GAT series from Seed? Probably the Duel or the Buster. Those would be tied for first, I think. I still don't have a Duel and would like to get one, but it's not going anywhere. I can pick one up at any time. I highly doubt that Bandai will just suddenly like discontinue making the MG Duel, so not in any hurry to get one. But the Buster I have built, and it's a cool kit. The Blitz would maybe be then in third place, I think. Okay. Not really sure the point of this. For the head of this Gundam, for the piece in the top of the head that's for inside the cameras, you have two options. Find it here. You have the option of using a clear piece, which is this one here, or a yellow piece. And the camera is yellow, I guess. The camera is supposed to be gold. Those stickers there next to the eyes. So I guess molded yellow is closer to the correct color of the stickers, but I really don't know why they gave us a yellow version or a clear one. I think just really only needed to give us one, but for whatever reason we got both. Because why not? This runner, this B runner is huge, by the way. Look at this thing. Do you think we will ever get an MG Hygog? Probably not, but you never know. And we do have MGs of a lot of the One-Year War aquatic mobile suits, aquatic Xeon mobile suits. So, who knows? I would love an MG Hygog. I wouldn't bet any money on that coming out anytime in the next 10 years, though. I think there's probably a better chance of some third-party company making a 1/100 scale Hygog before Bandai does. Why doesn't Bandai sell spare polycap runners? I don't know. How many people would really buy them? I don't think that many people would really actually be buying them. Okay, I'm not done. And I'll show you guys something here. I mean, granted, I probably snap a lot more kits than the average builder, but look at these polycaps. Those are all just leftover extra polycaps from other kits. So if you were building a lot of kits, you really don't need to worry about it. If I ever needed a polycap, I'm sure I probably have an extra one in there somewhere of whatever possible polycap I could probably want. Favorite Gundam song? I'm guessing you mean like a song from a Gundam series. And I'm guessing you probably are wanting to know like theme song is what I would imagine that question is asking. Favorite Gundam song? I don't know. I don't really have one. The only Gundam OST that I really listen to is Gundam Unicorn. The Gundam Unicorn soundtrack CDs are fantastic. Best music in the Gundam series. What do you think of the 00 Gundam kits? There's a lot of them. That's what I think. How about your PG unicorn from Dragon Ball Momoko? This is the second person that I've seen to ask about that. When I finish snapping the PG Dragon Momoko unicorn kit, you guys will know it because I'll review it. So the fact that I haven't reviewed it means that I haven't snapped it yet. And I haven't snapped it yet because I just haven't had time. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I usually try to keep a pretty good schedule of at least one video per day. Sometimes, often 2, and sometimes 3 videos within 24 hours. So I'm pretty busy with stuff. I mean, there's no shortage of things to do. So obviously building a PG kit takes, just snapping that kit would probably take about a week. Just chipping away at that every day. And I just don't have time for that. Anytime when I'm not just snapping kits and doing reviews and stuff is time to work on my own projects. And for about a month, I've been working on the MG Zaku. And until that's done, not doing anything else. Just reviews and working on the Zaku. But yes, very happy that that's almost done. How's Bale? Well, you guys will see the review for that first thing in the morning. Tomorrow morning, I'll post the review for the Bale. Overall, the HG was just not really all that exciting, to be honest. In terms of weapon options, it only has just the 2 swords, which you can really only do so much with. You can have them stored in like the storage rack thing, or you can have 1 in the hand, or you can have 2 in the hands, and that's pretty much your options. So it's a little bit boring, and the colors are also a little bit boring. I actually am fine with the white, but as you guys know, I don't panel line kits just for reviews. So without any panel lining on it, boring. But I think some panel lining on it will definitely help a lot with that kit. And I talked about all that in the review, so you guys will see that tomorrow morning. If you're wondering, why don't I just, if the review's already done, why don't I just upload it right now? Because I usually like to give at least 6 hours between uploads. So I may well have like the next video done, or like the next 2 videos already done. But I like to give some time between uploads so that people can actually watch the videos as they're coming out. What's your favorite Gundam Astray color? I quite like the gold frame, so I'm really excited for the RG Astray gold frame Amatsumina. And I'm glad that it's the Amatsumina because I also like kits with high heels. So it's the gold frame high heel version. So I'm happy about that. Alternatively, I like the bazooka of the blue frame, but not really too big a fan of that color. Is any of the like the red frame, the blue frame, the green frame, I'm not really a big fan of the colors of them all that much. But the reason I like the blue frame is because I like its bazooka, and the reason I like the green frame also has that different gun, doesn't it? I'm forgetting now suddenly. Anyway. Yeah, I'm just not that huge into Astrays in general. Favorite Gundam wing kit? The 1/100 scale non-grade Serpent Custom. No, I don't know. I do really like that kit, and I really wish that Bandai would make a master grade Serpent Custom. But don't really expect that to happen anytime soon because Bandai seems dead set on never releasing a master grade enemy grunt from Wing, despite Wing having some really cool enemy grunt mobile suit designs. And they already have the frame for the Leo because they made the master grade tall geese. Obviously, it'd have to be a little bit different, but they just don't want to make a Leo. But I do kind of think they will. I have a feeling that Bandai will make a master grade Leo, just because if you remember, Bandai did that image that what was that? That was about a year ago, if not more than a year ago. Bandai had that image at the expo that showed like the candidates for the RE line, and that included like most notably the Kshatriya as a candidate for the RE100 line, and people went nuts over that and said, "Oh my God, we're getting an RE Kshatriya!" Remember that image? That image also featured a GM Sniper 2, which we now have a master grade of, the Barzam, which we're getting a high grade of, and the Ifrit Custom, which we did get an RE of. So they do seem to be going through that list of the mobile suits featured on that image. Not all in the RE100 line, but they are all getting new kits in one way or the other. So The Leo was also in that image. So if Bandai was going to make a new Leo kit, I would think it would either be HG or MG. Probably not RE. Because so far, the RE line has only been UC designs. They're yet to branch out of UC at all for the RE line. So until they do, I won't expect anything non-UC to come out in the RE line. So Leo, not being a UC kit, I think is much more likely to be an HG or an MG. And the Leo is perfect for Bandai because they can release the standard type, the space type, as a P Bandai kit. Or they can release like the flight pack for the standard type as a P Bandai add-on set or something. It's perfect. But who knows? I don't know. That's just my guess. You asked, and I answered. But actually, I don't think I ever did answer the question. What like my favorite wing kit? I haven't built a lot of them, really, to be honest. So I don't know. A lot of those older 1/100 scale kits are actually really quite nice, though. Of course, the newer master grades are undoubtedly better. I have a couple, and they're nice. But basically, I just can't really answer that. I don't know what's my favorite wing kit. But I do like the Serpent Custom. It's a cool kit. Cool design. Comes with some big old guns. You guys there hanging out in the chat, you know who else likes big ass guns? Is Alex. So if you're also a big guns fan, you guys there in the chat, just have at it talking about how much you love big guns. I'm sure he'll gladly talk about that. 1/100 scale base jabbers. Chance of that is probably pretty unlikely, but I don't know. Unlikely though, I would say. Just in case you guys hadn't figured it out, because I'm realizing I didn't say anything about this, but currently just snapping the head here. Are you going to get the MG Verka new heavy weapon system? I have that kit, but that is, again, a very large kit that takes a lot of time, and I just haven't had the time. Guys, this is not just a hobby. This is a retirement plan. I have to build up my collection so that when I'm retired, I'll never be bored. If only that weren't true. Where's this part going? Do you think there's any chance Bandy will make an RG GM variant. I think if Bandai is going to make any RG GM, it's just going to be the regular GM, or I don't know. But do I think Bandai is going to make any RG GM at all? It's very possible, because they did tease the line art for that before, a few years ago. So we know they've at least got the line art for making an RGGM. But who knows if they actually ever get around to that. So here's the head. All done. And it's okay. It looks a little bit too long in the face, I think. It looks a little bit odd to me. It doesn't look quite exactly right. Something about just the proportions of it. Or it could be just be the colors. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. But something just doesn't look quite right about that head. The Providence has a really cool head design. I like it in theory, but this one just doesn't look quite right. I think it's a little or something. But anyway, let's see other questions. I love your contents. Keep up the good work. That's not a question, but thank you. Thoughts on a PG Zogok? No, I don't think about that. Do you? I've never thought about it before in my life. It's 2:30 a.m. here in Korea, and I was aiming to finish up by about 3, and I know I'm not going to get the arms done in 30 minutes, so I'm going to save the arms, I guess, for tomorrow. I was hoping to get the arms done tonight, but longer than I expected. And also just wanted to try to chat with you guys as much as possible. But I think at the moment I can say with a good amount of certainty that I will be probably doing this again tomorrow night about the same time. So if you guys want to watch some more snapping progress live or ask some more questions tomorrow, tune in again around the same time, and I'll be hanging out, I think. So see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. And Alex, thanks for moderating the chat. As always, everyone say thank you to Alex. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. Have a good night. See ya. Bye-bye. See ya. Bye-bye.